Have you previously played King's Quest V?
But there's a certain charm to how... Okay. Alright. Gonna...
Warning, this cartoon contains material that may be necessary for information or clues to complete this game. Please be sure to check your inventory if you decide to skip.
Okay. We should probably get started, huh? Just 1 second. Gotta make sure everything's good. Okay. We are live and ready to go. So. Okay, we are. Let's give a couple of minutes for everyone to come in here. Give it another minute or two. We'll just stay on this screen in the meantime. Oh, the screen is really big. Can I shrink this a bit? Okay. That won't affect anything, right? Okay. Just bear with me for a second. Okay. Okay. That's probably good, I'd say. Alright. So, let's do this. You might have seen me play King's Quest 6 beforehand, and now we're going to play 5, because apparently I'm going in backwards order. That makes a lot of sense. Anyway, I played this game a long time ago, but without any sort of commentary, so, it's totally different. Anyway, we should probably actually see the plot of this game, shouldn't we? Castle Daventry. What a peaceful day it is. Oh. Well, it was nice while it lasted. He just completely gets rid of the castle and he just dips. It's like, well, my job's done. Incredible to think that this once this was probably blew people's minds away back when this first came out. Crazy to think about. What the hell happened to my house?
My castle? What has happened? Oh, I can tell you what happened.
Oh no.
What?
I saw it all. Yes, I did.
You did? Well then, what happened?
Dude, Graham is
Ooh, it
ripped.
was powerful and evil wizard
I guess
Mordak
that's what a
who did
lifetime
it.
of adventuring will do to
I
you.
just happened to be visiting with an old friend when I saw him materialize out of thin air. Thank goodness he didn't notice me.
Well, don't stop now. Go on.
He conjured up a terrible whirlwind that swirled faster and faster around the castle. With another incantation, Mordak then caused the wind to draw the castle up into the sky and out of sight. Oh, it was something to see, all right.
Why? Why would this wizard, Mordak, want my castle? What could he have against me and my family?
That I don't know. Oh, I only know that it was Mordak who took your castle and your family. Well, perhaps I can help you. My employer also happens to be a wizard, which is why I recognized Mordak. Oh, unlike Mordak, though, my employer is a very good wizard.
A
His name
good
is
wizard.
Crispin Arthur, but we all call him Crispin for short. The only
This intro
problem is,
cutscene's a
you
little
see-
long, but it's fine. Dead. No, unfortunately not.
Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. The only problem is that Crispin is getting on in years and tends to be a bit forgetful.
I don't know. This doesn't sound as if it would work.
Oh, sure it would. Crispin is a very qualified wizard, one of the best. He just gets a little forgetful now and again, that's all. Now, where is it? Oh, I know I brought it with me. Aha! Here it is.
What is that?
Well, it is my opinion that you don't stand a chance against the likes of Mordak. Oh, excuse me for saying, Your Majesty, but you don't have a choice. You must come with me. I'm sure Crispin can help you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's he doing?
What is that stuff?
Oh, just some old leftover fairy dust I've been carrying around. Oh, it'll help you to fly. You can
Fairy
follow me to
dust,
the land
eh?
of Serenia, where Crispin and I live. It's much too far to walk, you know. Oh, I think the fairy dust is still good.
You know, sometimes I really do like this game, but sometimes when I play it, I can't help but feel like the devs might have been on some fairy dust when they designed certain parts of it. But we'll leave that for later. It's time to fly.
Follow me.
Here we go. I'm surprised they don't just, you know, drop the title screen here too.
There it is, down here. Come on.
Okay, here I come.
Ooh, looks like the fairy dust just wore off.
Nice timing.
Cedric? Where have you been? I've been calling for you. Well, well. What have we here? A bit clumsy, are you? Well, come on in the house and dry off. No sense sitting around like a wet dog. Cedric, go into the house and pour each of us a nice hot cup of tea.
Oh, aye, aye, Crispin.
The Society of Wizards has always taken a dim view of Mordak and his abuse of his power. Why, he's even been put on suspension a few times. It never seems to do any good, though.
Crispin, why would Mordak want to take my family or castle? What did we ever do to him?
I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that. Mordak is a very unpredictable wizard. I've never understood that evil mind of his.
Oh, I thought perhaps you could help His Majesty, Crispin. That's why I brought him here.
Well, let me see now. I used to be a very powerful wizard at one time, you know, but I've gotten a little rusty lately.
A little rusty.
That's quite enough from you, Cedric.
Yeah, fuck you, Cedric. Get out of here.
Sir, Crispin, sir.
I don't know what I have that would be of much use to you. Most of my wizard stuff is pretty old and worn out. But let's see what I can find.
Hello, Jared. Welcome to the stream. You missed the fairy dust. It's okay though, you didn't mention that much. It's just cutscene, opening, really long opening cutscene. You can skip it though if you want, so it's not that bad. Also, could this old dude walk any slower?
No, that won't do. That's all used up. It might work. Here, eat this.
What is that?
That's an old piece of magical white snake I had left over from last year. With it, you'll be able to communicate with the natural and animal world. You should find that quite helpful.
I didn't miss that much.
Here's my old
I can
wand.
basically just surmise the
I don't
cutscene once we
even
get
know if
over
it works
with it.
anymore. Most of its power may be gone. You should know that wands are like pets. They've got to get to know you before they'll work for you. Just treat it with care and respect, and hopefully it will do something for you. You'd better get going, my boy. No telling what that confounded Mordak could be up to. You go with him, Cedric. Show him the way.
Oh,
Yes, you. Don't be such a coward. Now go on. You'd better get started.
Good afternoon,
Thank you, sir. I
Mari
appreciate all you've done
Usk
for me.
007. Welcome to the stream. Should be just about finished with this cutscene, I believe.
oh, I suggest we visit the town first. How about it, Your Majesty?
Please don't call me Your Majesty, Cedric. It's much too formal. I'd like it if you'd just call me Graham.
Oh,
I'm sad they don't have,
like
like,
Graham.
the crown
Anyway,
loading icon like in
what was I talking
6.
about? Oh, yes, the town. You might be able to find some supplies there. It's just over a little hill to the south. Not too far.
Well then, let's be on our way, Cedric.
Okay, everyone, welcome to King's Quest 5. This, we previously, oh my god, I need to fix that. Whoop. So I previously played 6, and okay, here he comes.
Watch out! A poison than a snake.
This game's voice acting is really wonderful, as you can tell. Hi, Cedric.
See how the path goes to the east up into the mountains? That's the route to Mordak's castle.
So, basically, what you missed is that the evil wizard Mordak basically just made Graham's castle disappear and just kidnapped his whole family. Why? We don't know it yet, but I'm sure we'll find out eventually. So if we look over here...
A large, venomous snake blocks Graham's passage to the east.
So, since this is much like King's Quest 6, you want to make sure you save early and you save often. Because...
That wasn't wise, Graham. He who speaks with forked tongue should never be trusted.
It's very easy to die in this game. Somebody's showing off as much deaths as I can because they're funny, and that's like half the... Really, it's just half the fun of doing it. Playing these games. Showing off the deaths. The poisonous snake over here will kill Graham if he gets too close to it, so don't do that. Also, another reason why you should probably save a lot is because if you thought King's Quest 6 was mean about unwinnable game scenarios, you should know that King's Quest 5 is like the king of just screwing you over. It's like, look.
Secure within a small pen, a spotted cow quietly chews her cud. The quaint little town of Serenia nestles at the base of a great snow-capped mountain range which rises sharply to the east.
It mainly has to do with the fact there are a lot of points of no returns in this game. So, you know, oh, by the way, speaking of saving often...
No, Graham, don't!
Thank you, Cedric, for warning me after I fall in.
Too bad. Graham's swimming skills were no match for the mighty river.
Yes, King Graham, well known for his amazing swimming skills. Now, as Cedric said, probably the best part to start off in is the town, but actually there's a little bit more we can do so far. Actually, there's something else we can do. I think if we head west here. Oh, this is gonna be awkward. You alright there, dude?
Upon a fallen log sits a dashing young prince who looks very sad and confused.
How's it going?
Excuse me, young man. Sorry to bother you, but I couldn't help but notice you sitting there on that log. I was wondering if there was anything wrong.
Why, yes. As a matter of fact, there is. I've been searching everywhere for my fiancée. She's a beautiful princess with long golden tresses, fetching blue eyes, and smooth creamy skin. Have you seen her anywhere about?
No, sorry, I haven't seen anyone like that.
That's what I figured. No one has seen her. I bet that a witch who lives in the dark forest had something to do with her disappearance.
I'll keep an eye out for her. If I see her, I'll let her know you're looking for her.
I would appreciate that. Well, I guess I'd better get back to looking for her. I'm not ever going to find her just sitting around here. Thanks for your concern.
This dude's looking for his fiancée. That's something we should keep in mind. But for now, let's head to the town like Cedric said. If Graham can actually go past this tree. Please, Graham. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully I might be able to find a fix for that. I'm not sure. We'll see. Alright, guys, best song in the game. So if you put the volume all the way up, and you go into town.
If you're going into town, I'll just wait for you here. I had a nasty run-in with a big dog once, and I feel much safer out here.
Yeah, thanks for nothing, Cedric. Oh my god, it's so loud!
How goes it with you, good fellow? Not well, I'm
What?
afraid. This old wagon's always giving me trouble.
What?
Can
I can't hear you!
Thank you kindly, but I think I can handle it.
What?
All right then. Good luck. Thanks. With this wagon, I'm gonna need it.
What? That's why you put the volume down. When you go into town. This music's so ridiculous. I love it.
Quaint houses and little shops line the town's main cobblestone street. Graham notices an old wooden barrel on the street corner.
This tiny, this game loves its pixel hunts. You see this tiny little barrel over there. But you go reach inside it.
Inside the barrel, Graham sees an old rotting fish.
Fish in it. We're going to need that fish for later.
Graham leans way down into the barrel and removes, the smelly old fish.
Alright, let's go into the stores where hopefully the music is not as loud. Oh, thank goodness.
May I
We're
help
free.
you, sir?
At the back of the shop, Graham notices a dressing room in which a rude, finicky customer tries on many items of fine clothing. An employee of the tailor, a friendly, good-looking young man, caters hopelessly to a disagreeable customer in the one dressing room.
Oh, that's gonna be awful. Well, hey, look at
In
this.
the corner of the shop, draped casually over a tailor's form, Graham sees a thick, fur-lined cloak.
Here, let me help you with that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that cloak fits you perfectly. It just looks wonderful on you.
They give him a very...
Let me tell you, it will certainly keep you toasty warm during the coming winter.
I know he's a
Let me know
tailor.
if
We
you
didn't
wish
give
to
it, need to
buy
give
it.
him that flamboyant of a voice. Ah, well.
The rude customer
No, not
I'm
him.
interested in buying something here.
Ah, let me show you some things. A fine piece of cloth. With this material, I could make you beautiful shirts. There isn't a more beautiful piece of fabric to be found anywhere. With this, I could make you the finest trousers you've ever had. Well, what do you think?
Well, right now I'm just looking. Thanks anyway.
Sure. Whatever you say, I'm just here to help.
I think we talked.
The
We
rude
talked.
customer doesn't care.
Nothing. So yeah, if we go
It's
to...
a fine cloak. It could be very useful to a traveler like yourself.
So he's got a cloak for sale. We want to keep that in mind. We don't have any money on us though. Also, if you'll see, the man who was working on the wagon is now gone. You see this tiny little thing over here?
Graham notices a shiny silver coin lying forgotten on the street near the broken wagon. Bending down, Graham quickly retrieves the silver coin from the street.
Alright, now let's go to the next two shops, see what's in them. I promise we'll be gone soon.
Come on in, look around. Let me know if you're interested in anything.
So, this game came out in 1990, it was 89, something like that, around that time. It's, it was, Sierra's first foray into voice...
Cobbingwood hasn't come in yet. What should we do?
If it's not in by tomorrow, I'll send you to the sawmill.
Okay, Papa?
Yeah, my darling?
Can I keep this doll? I really like her.
Now, Katrina, you know these toys are for sale for other kinder. Besides, you've got plenty of dolls. You can play with her, but just be careful.
All right, Grandpapa. I'll take care of her.
So this is their
Graham Norris is a strong little
first
kid
foray into
on the
voice
outside
acting, as
wall.
you might be able to tell. It is a little off at times, but at least Graham is a decent enough voice, which is good because he's the
That's
character
a
you'll be hearing the
fine
most.
sled, isn't it? Any child would love to have it.
Yes, I was just admiring the workmanship.
Donka, if you'd like to buy it, let me know.
This is a fine little toy shop you have here. You must be very proud.
Donka, son, I've worked very hard at it over the years, but you know, you need to really love it. And I do.
Are most of these toys your creations?
Yeah, most of them, but not all. Some my son made, some I bought, some I traded for.
You're very talented.
Donka, Donka. Well, let me know if I can help you.
So yeah, just gonna create another. Just save this new one. Yeah, it's mostly the compression that's an issue, but don't worry, we'll be seeing some more questionable voice acting in the future.
Not wanting to... It is but a common silver coin. Phew! This smelly old fish is disgusting. The old wand doesn't seem to have any vitality left in it.
So let's try and use not that. Let's try and use the coin, see if we can purchase the sled.
Can I buy the sled with a silver coin?
9, I'm sorry. I'd love to sell it to you, but I'm afraid I need a bit more than that.
So unfortunately, it will not work. Also, we have Crispin's wand.
The old wand doesn't seem...
Old wand has no vitality. What a shame. There's a joke to be made there, but I will refrain. Anyway. Okay, come on. Yeah, 6 is a lot better in a lot of regards. Go in here.
Take a look around if you want, but we don't have any shoes to sell you right now. We sold our last finished pair yesterday. Our business ain't doing so good anymore, and we're getting too old to keep trying.
Is there anything I can do to help?
There ain't nothing you can do, short of buying us out. But like I said, if you want to look around, feel free.
Okay, thanks.
Well, this shop is not doing so well.
King Graham, heavy of heart, searches far and wide for his beloved family, who've been stolen by the evil wizard Mordak.
I looked at Graham, not the dog.
A skinny old dog lies down on the hard floor of the shoe shop. The old shoemaker, eyes squinted and fingers calloused from years of making shoes, drives tiny nails into a shoe sole with a small cobbler's hammer.
So, you don't have to talk to people as much as you do, but it's nice to
The
have
old
flavor text.
shoemaker wearily hammers tiny nails in a shoe sole. He doesn't even seem to notice Graham.
Basically, I'm just using this game as like a nice, palate cleanser, I guess. Something to do in between long stream games. This game's pretty short. Tale of the old shoemakers. But that's all we can do in town for now. Thank God. Let's follow the path west. Okay. Alright. There's something we could do.
Tells you about other icons.
There's something we can do in this building right now, but I don't want to do it yet. You'll understand why eventually. But there is something you can do it here right now, but I'll save it for later. Graham. Here we go. Alright. Oh, look. The Swarty Hog Inn.
Just off a rutted dirt road, a country inn overlooks the picturesque rushing river.
Well, why don't we come on in?
Oh, I'll wait for you out here. I don't like that place.
Alright, Cedric.
Graham notices three rough-looking men huddled over the bar in serious conversation. Since they're talking in such low tones, Graham can't quite hear what they're saying. A flea-bitten old dog lies asleep in the corner.
Hello,
You
gentlemen.
know that job we pulled yesterday? Where's the rest of the loot, huh? I think one of you guys is holding out on me.
Gentlemen, please excuse me. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Diana's full, ain't got no more rooms.
Hey, boss, this guy looks like a real troublemaker. What do you want me to do with him?
Rob 'em out.
Struggle as he might, Graham cannot escape his bonds. Don't worry, Graham. The innkeeper will soon put you out of your misery.
Well then. Not very hospitable, are they? So let's avoid that. Now, that's probably one of the more disturbing deaths. But also one of the funnier deaths is coming up. Oh my goodness. This is like one of the best deaths in the game. It is so good.
Oh, watch out for the bear, Graham.
A large bear seems to be very interested in the honey inside the old tree.
Go close enough. He just punches him.
Tisk, tisk. Graham should know better than to feed the bears.
It's so good.
Oh, watch out for the bear, Graham.
Alright, so how we actually deal with the bear is, of course, a fish. And he just walks off.
I'm Queen Beatrice.
Oh, no.
Sir. I wish to thank you ever so much for saving our hive from the claws of that horrible bear. In return, I offer you a luscious honeycomb from our hive. Please feel free to retrieve one. I promise my bees won't harm you. It may come in handy on your travels.
Sure thing.
Graham reaches a hand into the beehive and retrieves a very sticky chunk of honeycomb. Wrapping it in a protective piece of cloth, he then pockets it.
He then pockets it. Also on the ground.
Graham notices a large stick lying on the ground near the old tree. Graham bends down and picks up the large stick from the ground.
Alright. Now we want to head north. Sorry about that. Had to leave for a second. Look over here.
A bully of a dog terrorizes the poor ants as he playfully digs at their large anthill. It appears to be an average stick of wood. Honey drips at the edges of the honeycomb chunk.
Okay. Interestingly, what we have to use here is a stick, but there's actually another item later in the game that's kind of interchangeable with the stick. The puzzle, there are 2 puzzles in this game, and both of those puzzles you can either use the stick or a future item on them. It's just more convenient to use the stick right now on the dog. Dog can't kill you, so don't have to worry about that.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm King Antony the Great.
Antony.
May I ask who you are?
We had Beatrice
Why,
and
certainly.
Antony.
I'm King Graham of Daventry, and this is my friend Cedric. We're seeking a way to cross the Great Mountains to the ocean on the other side.
That is a very perilous undertaking. I wish you would reconsider. But if you shall not, in return for rescuing our home from that grievous incur, I wish to offer you our help, if perchance you may ever need it.
Thank you very much, King Antony. Cedric and I appreciate your kind offer. We look forward to meeting you again.
A colony of large ants parade up and down a huge anthill
Okay.
built amid some scrubby bushes.
Alright. Now, okay, make a save here. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. So if we go north...
Ooh, keep your eye on the gypsies, Graham. I don't trust them.
What the hell, Cedric? Jeez. Yeah, Cedric. A lot of people don't like him. There are numerous reasons why people don't like him.
A gypsy wagon is encamped here at the edge of the woods. On the side of the wagon, the words "Fortune Teller" have been painted. Within the gypsy encampment, Graham notices a tall, burly man who keeps a suspicious eye on him and Cedric.
That's one of the reasons, too.
The sullen
Yes.
man doesn't
Well, maybe.
appear to be the conversational sort.
It just comes so out of the blue. It kind of shocks you. But, yeah, anyway, let's just try to talk to these guys.
The sullen man doesn't appear to be the conversational sort.
Alright, let's just try to go inside. Oh.
It will cost you 1 gold coin to see Madamushka.
So we can't see her unless we have a coin. If we try giving him a silver coin, he has a unique line of dialogue.
It costs 1 gold coin to see Madamushka, not 1 silver coin.
So, unfortunately. Well, you know, that was all fine and well, but, you know, this has all been real fun and all, but, you know, now we have to have fun times.
Ooh, there's nothing but a hot, dry desert for the West. Most people avoid it because there are bandits out there. Ooh, if you insist on going, I'll wait for you here.
Sure, Cedric. You wait for me again. And we're in the desert! Oh dear. Now the desert is a complete and utter maze. Now if we wander long enough, we should eventually run into... Yeah! Did you see what killed me?
Bad. Even the sting of such a small creature can prove deadly.
That's so dumb. It's like 3 pixels and it just comes charging at you. Okay. So the desert is complete another maze, and worse than a maze, it's a timed maze. The more screens you spend in the desert, the thirstier Graham will get. If you wander too far in the desert, well, you can see what happens. Yeah, quick move. Oh my god, Cedric, shut up. If we keep it, we just keep going back and forth eventually. Let's show this off.
The hot sun and choking sands are taking their toll on Graham. He must drink, and soon. Too late. Graham collapses and dies of extreme thirst in the hot desert sun. If only he could have found an oasis. Dying for a drink, Graham?
I don't need your sass, narrator, but I appreciate the pun. So yeah, I have about 8 screens in order to, 8 or 9 screens in order to find water. So what we want to do first let's save here and say thankfully the scorpions are only like at very specific screens at the beginning of the desert. So as long as you get past that like initial couple of screens, you'll be fine. There aren't any scorpions like super deep out in the desert or anything. Yeah, hot desert sun, okay. Thankfully, the game is merciful enough so that I think if you would actually die upon hitting a screen, but there's an oasis there, it'll still let you live. I think that's how it works. So, like, we go here, and we see...
A small pool of water has formed in the space between the two rocks.
We need water badly.
Ah, life-giving water. Nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him.
So I want to save here after we drank that water. And if we wait long enough...
From across the desert sands, Graham can hear the sound of approaching hoofbeats.
A spy! Get him!
Never trust a bad guy, Graham.
So, yeah. Don't want that to happen. So how do you avoid that? Well, what you do is...
From across the desert sands, Graham can hear the sound of approaching hoofbeats.
You stand behind them. Oh, Graham. Yeah, that works. I'm totally inconspicuous.
Open sesame.
Now we're doing Alibaba's story. Hey. Now those guys have went off. So now... Well, alright, let's try to do that ourselves. If it's that simple.
Looming majestically before him, the massive temple door beckons tantalizingly to Graham.
Oh, music just suddenly came on.
Open sesame!
The temple door won't open. Perhaps there's something missing.
Try as you might, you cannot open it now, so we probably need that staff that the bandit had. Let's drink from the water
rocks look
again.
Interesting. Ah, life-giving water. Nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him.
Oh, yeah, everything's fine. We just found this oasis. A couple of bandits came and killed us, but then we hid behind the rocks, so the bandits came over here, they said open sesame, and they were able to get inside the temple. But, Graham wasn't able to get in when he tried to do the same thing, because he doesn't have the staff. So, we're gonna go get that. Let's see, west... twice... Okay, come on, Graham. You got this, buddy. Come on. Come on. I go south. I believe that's how it went. South again. And I believe if I went the right way... Good. Another oasis.
A small oasis. Its tantalizing water, so sparkling in the desert sun. Graham's hot, thirsty body is irresistibly drawn to it.
So you want to drink from, like, every oasis, because you get points from doing that? I guess it's theoretically possible to, like, get through this entire section without finding every oasis, but, like shouldn't do that for every point.
Life-giving water. Nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him.
Okay. So now that we've gotten here... just save again. South 3 more times. This is the path I take. I mean, there are multiple ways to do it. Well, not dying, but, like, this is just the path in particular that I'm taking. Also, I should mention, this entire section of the game is actually a reference to one of Sierra's oldest games. It took place in the Kingdom of Serenia, I think it's called, and it also featured the desert at the start of the game. So this entire first section of King's Quest V is just a big reference to Sierra's very first game. And also, like King's Quest V, it had a ton of easy ways to screw yourself over. What's really funny is, like, the very first puzzle in their first game is that there's, like, a message under a rock you need to get. There are 8 rocks, and, like, only one of the rocks has a message under it. The other 7 rocks have a snake under it that kills you. There's no way of knowing what the correct rock is. It's... you know, it was a really old game. That's just how it worked back in the day. Oh, don't talk. Ooh, don't talk.
Beautiful harem girl belly dances for the merrymaking bandits within the larger tent. With disgust, Graham looks at a drunken bandit lying face down in the desert sand, completely passed out. A large clay jar full of water stands by the campfire.
So they have a jar of water over here, so we drink that.
Life-giving water. Nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him.
Wait for Graham to drink a bit. He's really taking the time to savor it. So, you know, if you're an idiot, you can just go inside of here.
An intruder!
That wasn't a very smart move, Graham.
Even there it is like, yeah, I got nothing. That was just dumb. Why'd you do that? So instead, let's go in here. Oh, if you were on older versions of this game, like the ones without voice acting, this would be where you have to do a copyright protection thing, and it's really annoying. But thankfully, since we're doing this version, we don't have to do that.
Snoring loudly upon a beautiful carpet lies a sleeping bandit.
So you have to be very careful here, because you go too close.
Who are you? A spy?
That wasn't a very smart move for Graham to make.
Yeah, it's something like Graham needs to undo some magical spell to get the staff or whatever. So don't walk on the carpet or else you alert him. Just walk around it.
Taking care to be very quiet, Graham reaches out and takes the staff into his possession.
Also, there's something really funny you can do here.
The jeweled staff is obviously the work of an expert craftsman.
After you've taken the staff, you can actually talk to this guy.
Thanks again for all your help.
Who are you? A spy?
And you just die.
That wasn't a very smart move for Graham to make.
Alright. It's very funny when the game just does stupid. It's very funny when the game just lets you do incredibly stupid things like that. Alright. Now we want to go east. 4 times. Now we go north. And
The hot sun and choking sands are taking their toll on Graham. He must drink, and soon.
hang on. Okay,
Too
yeah.
late. Graham collapses and dies of extreme thirst in the hot desert sun. If only he could have found an oasis. Dying for a drink, Graham?
Okay, I know what to do. One. Oh, this kind of sucks. Hold on.
The hot sun and choking sands are taking their toll on Graham. He must drink, and soon.
I think I understand now what to go.
Who are you?
Oh my god, really?
That wasn't a very smart...
I might have just went the wrong way or something. I'm sure this is the right path. Yeah, you go east 4 times. That should be right. 2. And now we go north.
The hot sun...
It's not here. Where is it? It should be close to me, right? There we go. That's where it is. Okay. I went one screen too far.
A small oasis. Its tantalizing water, so sparkling in the desert sun. Graham's hot, thirsty body is irresistibly drawn to it.
Okay, so I had the right idea. I just went one screen too far. Good to know I haven't completely lost in my sense.
Nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him.
Alright, so for this screen, I think we go north twice. If that's not it, I'm gonna go back to the waste because I don't want to die. I should have saved. Woohoo! Like that little chime there.
A picked clean and sun-bleached skeleton lies in the sand of the hot, dry desert. What happened? Who can say? But it makes Graham uneasy nevertheless.
Well, thankfully.
An old shoe lies forgotten near the poor skeleton.
Yes, you need the random shoe. This is like the item that's interchangeable with the stick. You can also use the boot to get rid of the dog, I believe.
Graham reaches down and removes the old shoe from the desert sand.
Okay, so after you get the boot, it's... East 2, North 1.
The hot sun
Here's the final
and
oasis.
sands are taking their
Good.
toll on Graham. He must drink, and soon.
Yeah, I might hear a narrator. I think the game's kind enough to, I think the game's kind enough to make it so that you can't die on an oasis screen. I mean, it would be really silly if you could.
Ah, life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him.
Alright. Okay. So. I keep going north here until we reach the cliffs. So you might think, oh, well, so far this game isn't too mean. You know, the desert's kind of annoying, but like once you got a map, you know, plenty of games made you make your own maps back in the day. It's not too bad. Oh, you'll see. You will see. You will see how mean this game can be. Back here.
Ah, life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him.
Meaner than 6, you think so? I guess like meaner than 6 is beginning, sure, but I guess I'm just thinking overall. All right. So now that we have the staff, we can go do the Alibaba thing, where we hit this thing and use...
Open sesame! Oh no! The staff broke.
Alright, you gotta be quick here, because if you're not...
Oh my, look at all this treasure. Hurry, the exit door is about to close. Cheer up, Graham. At least you can practice your game of tiddlywinks.
Tiddlywinks. Because Graham had to be an idiot and break the staff. So, you might think, oh, you only die if you go for the gold. Well, no. The moment you go into the temple, you only have a few seconds to get the things you need and leave. Except the developers were really mean.
The worn old shoe is cracked and dry from the desert sun.
And they hit a pixel hunt in that room.
Open sesame! Oh no! The staff broke.
So you see that right there? You see that glistening little coin next to the bottle. Not the glistening thing in the corner over there, the glistening thing near the bottle.
A single gold coin, separated from the rest of the treasure, lies on the floor near the door. Quickly, Graham grabs the old brass bottle. Bending down, Graham hurriedly picks up the gold coin from the temple floor.
Like, Graham, move.
Hurry!
You see the narrator was in the beginning.
Close.
You see the narrator was in the middle of his line, right? If he'd finished that line, that wall would have closed. No, you cannot do anything with the staff now.
The staff lies in several broken pieces on the temple steps.
Can't do anything with it.
The staff is broken and is of no use anymore.
But hey, you know, we almost died getting it, so we might...
It is a shiny gold coin. This is an old, tarnished brass bottle.
But hey, you know, we almost died getting it. Let's see what our reward is.
Freedom at last! Now you spend the next 500 years in a bottle.
Graham should know better than to keep things bottled up inside.
Thanks, game. Wait, I should probably drink, just in case.
Ah, life-giving water. Nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him.
I think insta killed you if you knew it. Yeah, the closest is like the instant death bottle, but like... Which if you end up using that in the wrong location, you kind of screw yourself over. So, I mean, it might as well be a death. That was probably the closest thing, honestly. Then again, you can still beat the game even if you didn't fake your death, I think? Maybe not, actually. Huh. So we could give the golden coin to Madame Mushka right now.
Well, there you are. I was just starting to get concerned.
Don't worry about me, Cedric. I'm used to this kind of thing.
Yeah, thanks, Cedric. You're a big help. There's one thing I want to show off first. I like how the menacing music is still playing here, even though we already dealt with the bear. Actually,
A large haystack dominates the area in front of the barn.
I think we can do this right now, right?
Graham watches with surprise as a contingent of ants marches into the haystack
Oh boy.
and begins to swarm through it.
What a lovely singing voice they have. So yeah, after saving the ants, you can go do this.
I'm glad to see there was a way that we could be of help to you. Look here. We found a golden needle in the haystack. I'd like to present it to you. Perhaps you can find a use for it.
Why, thank you, King Antony. I'm honored.
Good luck in your travels, King Graham. And be careful.
So I think they had some of the actual people on the development team do some of the voice acting for this game. Which would explain a lot. Okay, good. Not that bad. Alright, you ready to see our very first soft lock? Dead end, whatever you want to call it, soft lock, dead end.
Oh, I'll wait for you here, Graham.
Cedric is apparently very afraid of a bakery.
And how is your poor dear mother doing, William?
Oh, she hasn't been doing too well lately. But my brother and I help out whenever we can. Thanks for asking, Amanda.
Now, thankfully, the first one
Keep
isn't too
your fingers
bad.
out of that pie. The pies look lovely. I think I'll take one.
Yes, they were just made fresh this morning. Here you go.
Yes, this will be a fine dessert for our dinner tonight. Let's go home, Austin.
A crown! Yeah! I'm King Graham. See, I have a crown. That means I'm a king.
Here's the last of the pies.
They look like there are
Welcome to our
5
bakehouse,
pies there,
traveler.
actually.
Of course, all of our wares are wonderful, but today we've got a special on custard pies. Just 1 silver coin each, but take your time. Let me know when you're ready.
1 silver coin.
The Baker brothers seem to have a pet, a large mangy cat. The baker, a large sturdy fellow, waits for customers behind a pie-covered counter.
So, what you're supposed to do is give him a silver coin. However,
Sir, I would like to purchase one of your custard pies.
These pies cost 1 silver coin each.
Will a gold coin do?
Sure.
Okay, here you go.
absolutely do not do that, because you need the golden coin for Madame Mushka. So if you give the golden coin to the Pie Brothers instead, you can't beat the game. Mind you, that one's not so bad, because why the hell would you do that? Unless you, like, could not find the silver coin, which, I mean, fair, I guess. But still. Alright, let's give him the silver coin. Like we're supposed to.
I would like to purchase one of your custard pies.
These pies cost 1 silver coin each.
I've got it right here. Here you go.
I hope you enjoy your custard pie.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
Would you believe me if I told you this custard pie is probably like one of the most infamous items in this game? For various reasons.
orchard pie looks delicious.
That's true, it was a pixel hunt. Though to be fair, the golden coin was a pixel hunt too. Alright, so that was our first soft lock. Not too bad. Okay. So let's exit. Yeah, everyone knows about the pie. So after you buy... Well, actually, I'll just save it. Okay, so let's exit the screen. We've just been soft-locked. We can no longer beat the game. Can you guess why? This game. I told you this game's mean. So let's exit the shop. And now that we've bought the pie...
Suddenly, frantic squeakings alert Graham to a mangy cat chasing a terrified rat.
Oh, okay, then sometimes the narrator doesn't say that's happening. Which really sucks. Get out of here.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, no.
You saved my life. My children and I will never forget your kindness. Maybe someday I'll be able to return the favor. Oh, I hear my children calling. Goodbye, until we meet again.
Alright, bye, Mark. If you don't save that rat, you can't beat the game. I think the rat only comes out after you buy the custard pie because he belongs to the Pie Brothers. I don't know if it's determined on you having the shoe or not. I think it's just, like, sometimes he doesn't mention it. Like, depending. It's just kind of finicky, I think. But honestly, it's just so dumb. Because you might be inclined to believe that's just something that's happening in the background if you don't hear the narrator. Or might not even notice it at all. I think the narrator has a special line. If you, like, try to throw the boot after the cat has already caught the rat, it'll be like, it's too late. The cat has already killed the blah 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 blah. We'll go to Madame Mushka later. We have other things to do. Actually, no, we probably should do it now. Yeah, okay.
This is a large golden needle.
A golden needle. So, I'm not gonna
Well, it is not a gold coin, but I guess it will be fine. Go on in and see Madamushka.
Warning, this cartoon contains...
So obviously that's another dead end. If you give the golden needle instead of the golden coin, that's another soft lock. I think you can give the golden needle to the pie seller too. So don't do that. Anyway, let's give the golden coin as we're intended to.
You may see Madame Mushka now.
Warning, this cartoon contains material that may be necessary.
I love these warnings. Warning, this cartoon contains plot.
If you decide to skip.
It's very funny. Alright. Graham is ripped as usual.
Oh, you are here to see Madame Mushka, no? Well, come closer. Sit down. I will tell you your fortune. Already I can tell that you are on a quest of great urgency. We will see what we can find out for you. Look, Ingram. Look into the crystal ball.
Yeah.
Look, Mananan, look what I have for you.
Take a good look at what you did to my brother, Alexander. Because of you, he's doomed to spend the rest of his days as a cat, and there's nothing I can do about it. But you can do something about it. Since you're the one that did this to him, you're the only one who can turn him back again. Back to the wizard Manannan.
Alexander!
I don't know how, Mordak. I'm not a wizard. I just happened to stumble across some magic spells and accidentally turned your brother into a cat. I didn't mean it. Please believe me, Mordak. I don't know how to turn him back into a wizard.
You're holding out on me, little man. You're taking advantage of my good nature, but not for long. If I don't get a change of tune from you soon, I'll feed your family to the cat, starting with your dear mother. Remember what I said. I'll only give you a little more time to decide before your family becomes cat food.
That is all. But I see that your mission is very dangerous indeed. I will give you something to help you. Here, wear this. It is a magic amulet. It will protect you against all but the most powerful magic.
Well, technically, it's not the first time you see Alexander in the series, but I'll get more into that after this.
That Mordak is a bad one.
Thank you, Madam Mushka.
So, basically what happens is in the third game, you relearn that the evil wizard Manannan kidnapped Alexander and made him his, like, his slave, right? So Manannan, so the whole point, so most of the third game revolves around Alexander trying to sneak around Manannan's back, and eventually Alexander manages to trick Manannan into and turning him into a cat so that he can escape his clutches. And now Mordak, who's Manannan's brother, is trying to get revenge.
Madam Mushka is tired. No more for today.
He also shows up in 4 for like a little bit, but like he doesn't really do much in 4 because he's not the protagonist of that one. Also, Graham, come on.
A graceful weeping willow tree grows beside a small pond created from her tears. In her branch-like arms, she clutches a beautiful harp as a child would a cherished toy.
How's it going?
Miss Willow?
Yes?
You can talk?
Why, of course I can. What did you expect?
Well, I've never seen a talking tree before. What's wrong?
Everything's wrong, can't you tell? I'm not really a tree. I'm really a princess. You see, my fiancé and I were walking through this wood when a nasty old witch came along and was instantly charmed by my handsome prince. When he naturally refused her advances, she jealously banished him to a faraway land and turned me into a tree. Then she stole my heart.
Stole your heart?
Yes. She turned my heart to gold and took it away with her. The only way I can become human again is to have my heart brought back. Now, all I have to cheer me up is my harp. It's quite magical, you know. It plays the sweetest music you've ever heard. Now please, leave me alone in my sorrow.
Looks like the evil witch has taken her heart. Shame. Might have to do something about that. Oh! By the way, if you're playing, like, the voice-acted version of this game, you can talk to Cedric here and...
Oh, what a sad song she plays. Let's brighten her up, Graham.
How will I find this heart of mine, taken from me for some time? Here I stand near my pool of tears. Here I'll stay throughout my
because she plays a little song there. Now if we go east again... Yeah, this thing's really nice at least. Go back to the we go loop around back here to the witches, to the Forbidden Forest or whatever. Okay, so here's the deal. In order to get through the forest, you need the amulet, the genie's bottle, and the honeycomb. If you're missing any 3 of these items when you go into the witch's forest, you're dead, basically. Yeah, you're just basically dead. Thankfully, it's not really a soft lock, because eventually the game will kill you in one way or the other. But, yeah, just letting you know that. So, yeah, not a soft lock, because you will die.
I'm not going in there. Can't you read the sign?
Come on, Cedric. There might be something important in here.
Go if you want to. I'll wait here.
This is like the 5th time Cedric's not just refuses to go with us. Oh, I should have shown this off earlier. Well, it's fine. Maybe like at the end or something. I don't know.
That old witch caught Graham totally off guard.
So no, those fogs are there to show you what happens if you mess with the witch. And by mess with the witch, I mean like go anywhere near her. So what you need to do...
The amulet is attached to a soft leather thong.
...is you need to use the amulet. On Graham.
The magic amulet begins to glow softly as Graham slips it over his head. He then carefully tucks the amulet into the front of his tunic, hiding it from sight.
So now if we go over here...
To Graham's great relief, it appears that the witch's magic has been stopped by the amulet he is wearing, just as Madame Mushka said it would. Of all the ugly hags Graham has seen in his life, this is by far the ugliest.
Hi.
What are you doing in my forest, young man? Don't you know you're trespassing?
Oh, I didn't know this was a private forest.
Yeah, get him,
You
Graham.
own it?
Of course I own it. It's mine. And what did you do to my magic?
I don't think you need to know. Now tell me something. How does one leave this confusing forest?
I'll never tell. I'm afraid you're stuck, dearie. Now you're my prisoner.
We'll see about that.
Yes, won't we?
Well, bye. As soon as we try to get close to her, she just walks off. She disappears. She's watching us. Alright, are you ready for... Okay, hold on.
Though she may look like an ancient old woman, this witch is really very powerful, and much too strong to be shoved aside by a mere man, as she staunchly defends her bridge.
So we're at a bit of a stalemate here. She's strong enough that we can't just shove her, as Narrator just said, but on the other hand, her magic is completely useless against us. So we have So we have a bit of a stalemate. Also, let's see one of the best deaths in the game.
Uh-oh. Watch out for those drop-offs, Graham.
What an amazing scream. That's right, a normal man wouldn't worth, but we have a non-mortal man with us. By the way, if you get to this point with the amulet, but without the genie's bottle, eventually you'll just be killed by like a giant spider or some evil plants. Like, the game is kind enough to just put you out of your misery there, because you can't do anything at this point, because you can't stop a witch without the bottle. Here you go.
What's this?
That plays a scene for her.
Oh, freedom at last! Now you spend the next 500 years in a bottle.
Thanks, Mr. Genie.
Good. That old witch won't be seen here for a long time. But now, how to get out of this dreadful forest?
Alright, carefully maneuver around here. Let's go to the witch's house. See what she's hiding from us. Okay, so...
Tucked under a large crack in the wall, which seems to serve as a window, Graham sees an interesting wooden trunk. A small, intricate spinning wheel is put away in the trunk. Reaching a hand into the trunk, Graham retrieves the small spinning wheel.
Okay, so there's a spinning wheel in there, and also...
The old witch's house has been crudely fashioned from an old tree trunk and salvaged stone. Being cold and creepy, Graham finds he would just as soon hurry up and leave. The old witch's house has been...
should be something else here.
A small leather pouch
okay.
is tucked away in the drawer. Graham reaches to the drawer and removes the leather pouch.
Take a look around your items.
This appears to be a small, intricately constructed spinning wheel. The small leather pouch is drawn tightly closed.
Also, if you look carefully...
An interesting incense burner hangs from a protruding tree branch. Occasionally, from within it, a tiny glint winks.
Let's put another little tiny pixel hunt there. Let's look at the incense burner.
What's this? Why, it's a little key.
Good, good. Okay. Nah, you don't need a spoon. So what we want to do is we want to use this thing here.
Upon opening the leather pouch, Graham discovers 3 sparkling emeralds.
So take these out of the pouch. Bam! There you go.
The trio of sparkling emeralds dazzle the eyes.
So let's get out. So let's go back this way.
A small door built into the trunk of a large twisted tree catches Graham's attention.
Try to open it.
Graham tugs firmly on the door in the tree, but finds it securely locked.
That's why we have this key.
It is a tiny brass key. Graham finds that the little key fits perfectly in this lock. Graham is charmed to find a little golden heart inside the door of the twisted old tree.
Got back to hand symbol.
Reaching into the little door of the tree, Graham extracts the little golden heart.
So, this was obviously the heart that that maiden wanted. Now, if you'll notice...
The small heart is made of pure gold.
Exactly, it's made of gold. Which means that you can exchange this gold. So if you're a really awful person, you can take this golden heart and exchange it for a custom pie. But don't do that. Because if you do that, you're going to be screwed and can't beat the game later on. The game will absolutely let you exchange the heart for a custard pie if you want, but again, that will just screw you over later in the game. Let's try checking out the left side now. Okay. We still need to find a way out of here.
Strange plants and animals inhabit this dark and dreary place, while thin rays of sunlight barely break the surface of the forest's thick foliage. Peering curiously at him through the heavy foliage of the dark forest, Graham notices several pairs of bright, blinking eyes.
So, what happens if we do this? We got a point chime, which means it seems like we did the right thing, but... because Graham's an idiot.
Drat. Just missed him.
He didn't think to put one close to him until right beforehand. So, you need the emeralds to catch him, but if you lose all 3 of your emeralds, then the game will just kill you with either the spider or the vines eventually. I'm gonna see if I can actually trigger that. Actually, I know I listed this at dead end, but it's technically not, huh? Because you die eventually. I don't know if it's instant or not. I don't think it is. I'm just gonna walk around for a little bit, a screen or two. There we go, okay.
Well, it looks like Graham will be hanging around here for a while.
Yep, game is nice enough to put you out of your misery. So what you need to do is, why, of course, use the honeycomb on the ground.
Graham squeezes the honeycomb as hard as he can, which causes the honey to drip out of it onto the ground, creating a sticky little puddle at his feet. Now all that's left of the honeycomb is a piece of beeswax, which Graham puts back in his pocket.
Because this bees, you know, nothing more helpful in our adventure than beeswax.
Graham carries a softened lump of beeswax.
Now we put the emerald here. We're going to do this again. Graham, just drop the first one in the honeycomb pile. Jeez.
Please, let me go. I beg of you.
Why should I do that? What will you do for me?
I'll show you the way out of the forest, if you let me go.
How do I know I can trust you?
I give you my word. An elf never breaks his word.
Well, it's against my better judgment, but okay.
Move over, Rocky. You're in our way.
Bye, Rocky. The best character.
Sorry.
Well, we did it. We found the way out.
Follow me. In here.
Presumably, at least.
Warning. This cartoon contains material that may be necessary for information.
Oh no,
or
more
clues to
plot!
complete this game. Please be sure to check your inventory if you decide to skip.
Oh my god, it's Widley Skeleton. The gnomes killed Widley.
Hey, over here. I've got something for you.
There's another pit right here that you can fall into eventually. It's funny. But after this cutscene, mind you.
I never take anything without giving in return. For your generosity in giving me those exquisite emeralds, I give you my finest pair of shoes.
Never take without giving in return, huh? Tell me more.
Follow that passage over there. It's the way out of the dark forest.
Thank you very much for all your help. I'm sure I'll be able to find a use for these fine shoes.
Oh, I'm glad to see you're okay. I was beginning to worry.
You were right not to want to venture in that dark forest, Cedric.
Nah, there's
I
nothing
thought
else we
I'd
gotta do
never
there.
Get out of there alive.
Thanks for nothing, Cedric. As usual. Yes, we did get everything in the forest.
This is the finest pair of shoes Graham has ever seen, although a bit small for his feet.
Use your heart, ma'am.
My heart.
You know, I gotta say,
I don't
exchanging
need this
that for
old thing
custard
anymore.
pie would be
Look at
pretty
me, I'm a
heartless.
princess again. Herbert.
Alicia. Where have you been all this time, my love?
Oh, darling. Just take me home. I'll tell you on the way.
Well, she just dropped her
A
heart.
beautiful harp lies on the ground near the small pond.
Well, if she don't want it.
Now, why would she toss aside this beautiful harp? Well, if she doesn't want it, I'll take it.
Graham, who has the biggest pockets known to man. Also, I believe if we go over to the Manamushka's place. Yeah.
Graham notices a grassy clearing at the edge of the woods. A tambourine lies on the ground near the abandoned gypsy encampment.
By the way, you can go into that dark forest as soon as the game starts. There's nothing stopping you from going in there whenever you want to. But, like, obviously you wouldn't have any of the required items and you would just die.
Not seeing the tambourine's owner, Graham bends down and rescues it from the ground.
There we go. Make sure to grab that tambourine. Alright, new save file.
Sitting on a stool in front of his house, a young gnome happily plays with an exquisite marionette. An old grandfather gnome sits contentedly on an old stump and smokes a large pipe while watching his grandson at play.
It's a slight exaggeration.
Excuse me, sir. Oh, I'm terribly sorry to bother you. I was just noticing your son's marionette. It's very interesting. Where did you get it?
It's grandson, not son, and I made it for him. Why do you care?
Yeah, why do you
I just
care,
wanted to
Grant?
comment on its artistry. It's very
have
well
a
done.
family to
I
save.
don't suppose it could be bought.
If it could, the price would be very steep. I reckon you couldn't afford it. Now, leave me and my grandson be.
I love just, Graham takes so much interest in this marionette.
Graham attempts to speak to the young gnome, but the boy seems to be very shy and doesn't answer.
So what we gotta do...
The entrance to the small house is through a crudely constructed door.
So...
This appears to be a small, intricately constructed spinning wheel.
There's not too much logic to this one. If you give him a spinning wheel, I guess you would just use items on him to find out what the right item is.
Where did you get this? I thought I had lost it.
Oh, is it yours? I found it in the old witch's house in the dark forest.
So that's where it got to. The old hag took it, eh? You know, this ain't an ordinary spinning wheel.
It's not? Well, what's so special about it?
Why, this spinning wheel can spin straw into gold, that's what. Except you gotta know who to use it. I doubt even the witch could figure that out. Thank you for bringing it back to me.
Now wait, not so fast. How about that marionette?
Oh my
Don't you think
God,
the price of the spinning wheel is worth at least twice that of the puppet? I'd love to have it.
Yeah, I guess so. Boy, give that marionette to the man here. I'll make you a new one. Come on, boy. Let's gather up some wood for a new puppet.
Yeah, probably Rumpelstiltskin reference there. Graham just really into marionettes.
The craftsmanship of the marionette is superb.
Alright. Before we move onwards, just gonna do that for no particular reason. Okay.
May I help you, sir?
I'm going to be back in a few minutes. I gotta go to the bathroom. So I'll be right back. You should be lucky I'm not... Actually, no, wait. Nah, I'm not that mean. I won't... You can listen to this instead of the town theme. I'm not that mean. Okay, I'm back. And yes, we have made a lot of progress. We're kind of almost halfway through the game, actually. I could probably beat this game in one stream if I really commit, like, stream for, like, for another few hours. Anyway, this is a tailor. He's probably the person most likely to own a golden needle.
My golden needle! Wherever did you find it?
It was in a haystack by the country inn.
By the inn? Oh yes, I remember visiting there not long ago. Oh bugger man, that innkeeper. He has no scruples at all.
Well, I'm glad to see you've got your golden needle back. I wonder, could you possibly see fit to give me that wonderful cloak in exchange for it?
The cloak? Well, why not? It's yours. For the price of a golden needle.
No, you can open the
Thank you,
sack without the
sir.
needle.
I'm sure it will
This is
help
the
me
only
in
thing
my
you need the
travels.
needle for.
I'm sure it will. Good luck. Au revoir.
Come on in, look around. Let me know if you're interested in anything.
Sounds a toy maker, so we need to give him the marionette. How sad. Grams has to part with it so soon after he loved it so much.
Lord, did you get this wunderbar marionette? The craftsmanship is excellent.
Well, I don't know if you'll believe me or not.
God,
but
everyone
I got
loves
it
this
from
thing.
a little gnome.
I must have it. Can I buy it from you?
Actually, you may have it if you'll give me the sled in trade.
Why, of course. But I must tell you, I think I'm getting the better deal. I can always make another sled, but finding another marionette of this quality... Ich weiß nicht.
So, can I have the sled?
Yeah, take it, it's yours.
Thank you very much. I think I'll find this sled very useful.
Well, you enjoy it, and danke for the marionette.
That's that store taken care of. And finally, the last one, the shoe shop, whatever.
It's you again, is it? We still don't have any shoes for sale.
Well, how about I give you one?
What have we here? Mama, take those shoes from the young man. Let me see them. These are the finest pair of shoes I've ever seen. The leather is soft and pliable, yet sturdy.
What?
The craftsmanship of these shoes are superb. And Mama, look at the solid gold buckle. Why, I could retire from the sale of these shoes.
Then the shoes are yours. I don't think I could find a better use for them.
You are a godsend, young man. How can we ever repay you?
You don't need to repay me. Just knowing I helped you is enough for me.
Well, it ain't much, but it's all I've got to give. Here, take my cobbler's hammer. Perhaps you can find a use for it. Since I'll be retiring, I won't need it anymore. Thanks to you.
Why, thank you. A hammer could be very useful on my journey.
Take care, young man. We'll never forget this.
That's right, son. We'll finally be able to retire in comfort. You'll be in our hearts from now on. Come on, Mother, let's go home. Let's celebrate our good fortune.
Hey! We even got a hammer out of the deal.
A cobbler would normally use this small hammer to make shoes. This fine cloak is thick and warm. It is a small harp of beautifully carved mahogany. This is a small, well-crafted sled. It is an ordinary tambourine.
Everyone, make sure to savor this theme, because we're never going to hear it again. This is the last time we're required to visit the town. So let's just take a moment to savor this wonderful theme. Alright, let's get out of here. Maybe this is the reason Cedric doesn't want to get the hell go of that place. Alright. One last thing to do is we want to go back to the inn. Yeah, okay, Cedric. Let's go say hi to the dog.
You know that job we pulled yesterday?
Gentlemen, please excuse me.
Diana's full, ain't
Hey, boss, this guy looks like a real troublemaker. What do you want me to do with him?
Rob him out.
So we get captured all the same.
Struggle as he might, Graham could not escape his bonds.
It's our little rat friend. Oh my god!
I told you I'd repay your kindness when you saved me from that horrible cat. Good luck, friend.
Yeah, thanks.
King Graham, heavy of heart, lying in a heap on the stone floor, Graham sees the rope that once held him captive.
Well, let's take what's left of it, I
Graham
guess.
stoops down and picks up the sturdy rope from the stone floor.
Let's get out of
A
here.
rusty A rusty padlock securing the door prevents Graham from leaving the cellar.
So the padlock is there, which means we need this. Use the hammer to break the lock. Now, you might be wondering what happens if you save the rat, get caught in here, and then come into this room without the hammer. It's kind of funny. So the rat saves you like normal, but since you have the rusty padlock, you can't get out from if you forgot the hammer. Basically what the game does is it kind of just lets Graham wander around for like a minute or two. Like, I don't know, give you false hope or something. And then it just eventually kills you. It'll just put you out of your misery. It's quite amusing. Make absolute sure you look in here.
Inside the cupboard, Graham sees a large, juicy leg of lamb. Reaching into the open cupboard, Graham pulls out the savory leg of lamb. This is a large, mouth-watering leg of lamb.
Nope, that's everything. You just get the rope and the lamb. Yeah.
Finding the kitchen door locked, Graham unlocks it before going outside.
Thankfully, the game is nice enough to make it so that you can come back in this room if you forget the lamb or the rope. However, if you try to go in through this way...
We gotta plan our next job, you guys. Hey! How did you get out of the cellar? This time, rub 'em out for good.
That wasn't a very smart move.
It just gets hit and it cuts to the death scene. Alright, let's get out of here then. So now we have pretty much everything we need so far, so we can... So now we have everything we need so far, so we basically are able to move on to the next part of the game. Yeah, this part's probably the biggest part of the game. It takes, like, vast majority of it, really. Nah, you can't do anything with the barn. We basically got everything we need at this point. Now to move on to an entirely new area. So basically, we're going to be hitting our first point of no return, but we have, like, one more puzzle to do first. There it is. The poisonous snake, as Cedric so lovingly called it. How to deal with the snake? A tambourine, of course. Makes perfect sense, I guess.
Begone, you slithery varmint! Scat!
Doesn't like the noise, I guess. Okay, so we have reached the first point of no return in the game. Make sure that you have... well, okay, you couldn't even get to this point if you didn't have the tambourine, so you're guaranteed to have that. But also, other items you need are the rope, the hammer, the custard pie, the leg of lamb, the cloak, the harp, the beeswax, and the sled. If you are missing even one of these items and you go past this point, you're screwed. Yeah, because you're gonna die. Eventually.
A few hours later.
A few hours later. So yeah, that's...
Ooh, I've never been here before, but I think this is the way over the mountains.
Graham begins to shiver at the sudden drop in temperature.
So yeah. Make sure you don't miss any of those items. Because this is where the game starts getting really mean. Interesting.
No, stay away from the
edge!
That last step was a...
Graham, you know what I want you to do. Okay, you gotta carefully maneuver around this. Okay. So first things first.
Graham notices a rock overhang near an upper ledge. The remains of an old tree poke out of the mountainside near an upper ledge.
So we're gonna have to find a way to climb up here.
Shivering with... Having other things on his mind, Cedric doesn't appear to be in the mood to talk right now.
So, we're gonna have to find a way to get up there, and what better way than the rope? Except Frank Graham just freezes to death.
Well, Graham, how does it feel to be a popsicle?
A popsicle. Alright, so to avoid freezing to death, you need to put the cloak on.
Graham dons his warm cloak for protection against the freezing mountain air.
So, we need to use the rope over here to get to the top. Easy.
Oh, be careful, Graham.
Thanks for playing King's Quest V.
Oh yeah, sometimes it just says that. It's like, well, that was dumb. Thanks for playing the game, idiot. Thanks for giving us your money. So obviously, don't save after you've thrown the rope to the branch, or else you... So, you can't pull down the rope after you've attached it to the branch. So, don't save after you do that. Or else we just might get screwed. Instead, we gotta attach it to something a bit more sturdy.
Notices his stomach beginning to rumble with hunger.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be
exertion
fine.
Of the mountain climb.
Graham's hungry? I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, be careful, Graham.
So, actually, I think in the other version of this game, that's another copyright protection thing. It's climbing the rope is copyright protection. He's like, Graham is losing strength in his arms. Only by consulting your manual can you help him not die. It's a little silly. Okay, now, hop across.
No. Oh, do be careful, Graham.
Now be very careful here, because if you go on the wrong one, game says fuck you. Really, game? That's a long fall, eh? Graham? Graham, are you okay there, buddy? Look, Cedric's just looking over here. He's like, Cedric's head is moving, so something's happening. Well, this is weird. Hang on a moment. Just gonna restart the game real quick because sometimes it does that. Yeah, Graham died and so did the game.
Have you previously played King's Quest V?
Yes. That's how you skip the intro. You just say yes. Yeesh.
This icon brings up the control panel.
Wait, yes! Best part of the game. Yes! Don't worry.
Graham's hunger grows acute. Without food, he may soon die.
Don't worry, Cedric. I'll save you. Never mind. I'm dead.
Well, Graham, remember when you turned down that last meal at home?
Oh, don't worry, we're gonna see it again. By the way, so, actually before then, want something to eat? Why not just eat the lovely custard pie?
That was the best custard pie Graham has ever eaten.
We've just made the game unwinnable. Because you need the pie for something else. The game will let you eat it, and it will help cure Graham's hunger, but don't do that. Instead, use the leg of lamb.
Graham finds the leg of lamb a bit tough, but tasty enough. Filling up quickly, he saves the other half for later.
Oh, okay, he eats the whole pie, but he only eats half of the lamb. Yeah, alright, game. No. Oh my god.
Graham finds the leg of lamb a bit...
See, he's only half of it
This
now.
is a leftover half leg of lamb.
Alright, everyone, get ready for the best part of the game. We're gonna see it again. So good, you gotta see it twice. Cross over to the screen and... Don't worry, Cedric. I'll save you. Hooray! I am King Graham, protagonist of the hit game series King's Quest.
Drat, my sled is broken.
Well, there's only one thing to do now.
That last step was a doozy.
After the Graham decided to take his own life after the loss of his best friend, the sled. Also, there's a funny glitch you can do with this in other versions of the game.
No good to anybody.
I wanted to show that off, but that's in other versions of this game. They fixed that silly little glitch you can do with the remains of our dear friend Sled over here. I prioritized the ridiculousness of the voice acting because I thought it'd be funnier. Oh yeah, and that's why you need the sled, because of this tiny little part right here. If you just try to walk down normally, you'll get all the way around here, carefully maneuver around, and then just die here. So yeah, you need this sled.
A shivering eagle perches weakly upon a small rock. Despite his own problems, Graham's heart goes out to the poor thing.
What's an eagle doing in this place of all times?
What's wrong, Mr. Eagle?
I'm so weak from hunger. I haven't been able to catch any food for days. I can barely fly anymore.
I'd like to help you, but let me see what I can do.
Thank you. I need food.
What's that you say? You need food? Sure thing, buddy. Here, have my custard pie.
Here, take this. Perhaps it will help you.
This game.
You are a kind man to share your meager food with a poor bird, especially up here in these snowy mountains.
Well, I couldn't just stand there and let you starve to death. What kind of person would I be?
You have shown yourself to be a kind, compassionate man, and I will not forget what you did for me. Goodbye, dear friend.
This game's so mean. Yeah, okay, if you give the pie to him, you're doomed. So, don't do that. Instead, you want to give him the other legged lamb.
Here, take this. Perhaps it will help you.
They even made separate graphics for feeding him the pie and the lamb. Oh boy.
You are a kind man to share your meager food with a poor bird, especially up here in these snowy mountains.
Well, I couldn't just stand there and let you starve to death. What kind of person would I be?
You have shown yourself to be a kind, compassionate man, and I will not forget what you did for me. Goodbye, dear friend.
Well, I guess we gotta go save Cedric. It's been real nice not having him around. I mean, we don't have him around for most of this game, honestly, but like... Oh.
I am Queen Isabella, and you have entered my domain now. I command you to kneel before me. Since both you and your friend over there have so thoughtlessly invaded my territory without my permission or knowledge, I have decided you shall both be put to death. Taking away my
Isabella. Oh, good. She's gonna put us to death. Well, that's extreme, don't you think?
Poor Graham. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there.
We have very limited time, but you know, music soothes the
Warning.
beast.
This cartoon contains material that may be necessary for information.
Warning,
or
Graham's
clues
about to
complete
get
this
gored
game.
by a bunch
Please
of
be sure to
wolves.
check
This
your
might be
inventory if
disturbing
you
to
decide
younger
to.
audiences. Yeah, sure, let's just gore him. I'm sure it'll be fun on Twitch.
That was very lovely music.
I'm still going to
I've
kill
never
you
heard
now.
anything
Not
quite that
really.
Beautiful before. I think I felt my heart melting. Just a little bit. Just enough, that is. To allow you a chance for your freedom. A vicious Yeti has entered the area and taken up residence in my prized crystal cave. So far, I have been unable to extricate him from either the cave or my territory. If you can rid me of the Yeti, I will release both you and your
Are we
owl
ready
friend,
for the
and
Yeti?
you two can continue on your journey unhindered. You may rise now. I wish you luck in defeating the Yeti. If you succeed, you will have my undying gratitude. Go with him, Sir Grey Wolf. Show him the way to the Crystal Cave. You may go now. Sir Grey Wolf will lead the way.
Alright. Do.
Yonder's the Crystal Cave. There you will find the Yeti.
And I said, what a wonderful world. Okay.
The savage gray wolf stubbornly blocks Graham's passage back to the Ice Queen's palace.
Sir Wolf, I don't know how you expect me to conquer a Yeti. Why, he's got to be at least twice as big as me, and much, much more powerful. What do you expect me to do?
That is your problem, not mine. It has been decreed by Queen Isabella, and I must carry out her wishes. Now, no more talking. Go to the Crystal Cave.
A vicious Yeti! Ah! What, Graham? Ah!
What an abominable situation Graham has found himself in.
Oh no, how will we deal with such a ferocious creature? The key? Perhaps the heart again? The amulet? Maybe a hammer to strike it down? A magic wand? A sack? A tambourine? Beeswax? No, we use our strongest weapon of all! This game is so dumb. Well, to the victor go the spoils. Let's see what's in here.
One particularly brilliant crystal catches Graham's attention among all the other glittering crystals in the cave.
This is why you need the hammer.
So very gently, Graham hits the beautiful crystal several times with his hammer until it breaks loose in one piece. He then carefully places it among his other possessions.
That's definitely one of the most infamous puzzles in adventure gaming history. Because of how dumb it is. Now you have the added contest of why it's also really dumb because most players probably would have just gotten rid of their custard pie at this point and have no idea what the hell they need to do against a giant Yeti. But you know.
I see that the Yeti is dead. Queen Isabella will be pleased. Come, follow me.
Warning. This cartoon contains material that may be necessary for information or clues to complete this
Oh,
game.
she's gonna be very thankful, huh? Alright, let's see it.
Decide to skip.
Yeah, we go there and Cedric's just dead. There's why the warning.
Ah, good. You have returned in victory, I presume.
Yes, Your Majesty. The Yeti is dead. He will no longer be a scourge upon your realm. Are my friend and I free to go now?
Yes, I keep my promises. I want to thank you for ridding my mountain domain of the horrible Yeti. Please rise, King Graham. Yes, I know who you are, and I have been informed of your quest. I do wish you luck against the wizard Mordak. You two may go. We wish you well on your difficult journey. Sir Grey Wolf will show you the way out of the mountain.
Alright, leaving the mountains already, thankfully. Can't talk to him or anything. You must have been very valiantly defeated it in combat, King Graham. Yeah, I sure did. That's exactly what happened. Now we walk south from here. Alright, so we start climbing. Just be careful you don't fall. Yeah, it's a little funky here. What you need to do is you need to climb up here. It doesn't look like you can climb it, but you can.
Graham, watch out!
A bit late on that warning, Cedric! So, you know, for 1989 or 1990 standards, this game does look really good, but yeah. Also, this is just like the temple from before, where you have a very limited time to do a pixel hunt.
Graham can see a glittering gold locket lying among the leaves and sticks of the rock's nest.
If you don't get this thing, you're gonna be, it's, dead end, soft lock, probably like an hour later, and it sucks. So make sure you get it.
Graham rescues a lovely golden locket from the leafy clutches of the rock's nest.
Because you can't come back here, obviously. Hey.
Nice birdie. Good birdie. Gucci Gucci Goo.
Hang on, I'll get you out of this.
Alright, it's our eagle friend. There goes our cloak.
Where have you been? I've been looking all over for you.
Cedric.
You'd never believe it, Cedric. You'd never believe it.
Why can't we be friends with that eagle instead? He has been significantly more helpful to us. So yeah, if you don't save the eagle... So yeah, if you missed any of the items in the mountain, you can't go back there, so better hope you didn't miss them, or else you're gonna get soft-locked. Also, if you didn't help out the eagle, then you would have died to the rock, babies. So make sure you... So yeah, make sure you help the eagle. I don't know if you can go back to the eagle after you see Isabella too, so that might be another soft lock indication. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
Graham notices a rusty iron bar lying on the sand near the bottom of the windy path.
Right, let's keep going.
A makeshift house, fashioned from the bow of a wrecked ship, occupies the south end of a small, narrow beach. Graham notices a ship's bell hanging near the door of the house.
Let's ring the bell.
Who are you? And what are you doing on my beach?
I'm King Graham of Daventry, and I'm on a journey to find the wizard Mordak's island. But I seem to be stuck. I don't know where to go from here.
Hey, what's that you say?
He cannot hear us. And I do not believe there's anything we need in the screen. So we'll just have to come back here later. If you see in the distance over there, there's a boat. So hopefully we can do something about that.
Look, Graham, there's a boat here. Maybe we can use it.
Use it! Sure thing, let's do it. So we get in the boat and...
Come on, Cedric, get in the boat.
Aye, aye, Captain. Watch out, there's a hole in the boat.
You couldn't have said that earlier?
Thanks for playing King's Quest V.
Oh, what a game, eh? So mean. Now, I guess to be fair,
An old cast-off sailboat sits forlornly on the narrow sandy beach. An old cast-off sailboat sits forlornly on the narrow sandy beach. An old cast-off sailboat sits forlornly on the narrow sandy beach.
I think if you examine it at a certain point, it will tell you about the hold. It's very finicky. But that's the only indication there's something wrong there. So use the beeswax.
Firmly, Graham wedges the softened piece of beeswax into the small hole in the boat's hull. Hopefully, the wax will hold and make her seaworthy.
So now we're able to go out to sea. Maybe it might just be kind of finicky. It might just be a little finicky on where exactly the game expects you to click in order to get that hint. So now our boat is seaworthy. We can sail wherever we want in another maze, but it's not as bad as a desert one. But if you do go in the wrong spot, watch out! He says as we're getting devoured. I love how Cedric says watch out after he's already in the middle of devouring us. Like, yeah, thank you, Cedric. Very helpful. What would we do without you? Give him the dang boat, Graham.
Come on, Cedric, get in the boat.
Aye, aye, Captain.
By the way, the glitch I mentioned with the sled, in older versions of this game, if you clicked on the sled, Graham's graphics would glitch out, and he would be replaced by, like, a glitchy sea serpent head. And just walking around. It's very funny. So go south here, and just keep going east. And we reach an island.
Look, Graham. Oh, an island. Perhaps we should explore it.
Yes, I think we should, Cedric.
Oh, Graham, I don't like the looks of this.
Me neither.
Graham, help me!
Nice reused voice line. Oh my.
Where did you find him, Manada? We found him on the beach. Isn't he luscious? I don't know. He doesn't look like my type. What do you think, Krulina? I think he looks too old and tough. I like my meals to be young and tender.
Harping on and on. Hold on a minute. I want to see. I don't know. See if there's a. Oh right, there's this. There's a link to the video that shows off that glitch, in case you're curious. I'm just gonna post that in chat.
Don't be so picky. I'm tired of fish. I haven't had a man in months. Yes, you did. I saw you steal a man off a raft just last week. Oh, he doesn't count. He was already tipped over by the time I got to him.
Well, at least this one's fresh.
I don't know about you girls, but I'm ready to eat. Oh, you're always ready to eat. That's why you're so fat. I am not. You are too. I am not. You are too.
Oh, quit arguing, girls. Let's eat.
Hate to harp on the subject, but Graham is no match for the vicious harpies.
So obviously, don't let them keep talking. Find a way to deal with them. If you try to get away, they will stop you, and that includes trying to get this little shiny thing over here, little pixel hunt there. So instead, hate to harp on the subject, like the narrator says. Hint, hint.
Oh, he doesn't count. He was already tipped over by the time I got to him. What's he doing? What's that thing? I don't know, but I want it. Hey, that's not fair! Come on and get her, girl! Get her!
So now we've chased them off. Let's grab what this thing is.
Graham quickly bends down and rescues the fishhook from the ground.
It's a fishhook.
It is a lovely golden locket on a delicate chain. The brilliant crystal shard feels smooth in Graham's hands. The heavy iron bar is a bit rusted from being out in the weather. This is a rusted old fishhook.
Okay, so if Graham could just move on to the next screen, that'd be appreciated. So, as we can see, Cedric's right here.
Poor Cedric. Having been seriously wounded by the vicious harpies, he now lies moaning and in pain upon the sandy path.
Man, even they didn't want to eat Cedric. They probably would have given them indigestion or something. So, here's the funny thing. You can totally just ditch Cedric here and go on your boat and leave. You can just leave him on this island if you want. But unfortunately, it will come back to bite you. All the way in the final battle. That's right, you can just leave Cedric here and the game will just progress as normally until the final battle, which is kind of funny. I guess it really goes to show just how completely unnecessary Cedric is, but you know. Alright, fine.
Cedric, where do you hurt?
Everywhere.
Mind you, there really is no reason to... Mind you, you should know that it's probably bad to leave Cedric behind, even if you really want to.
Graham notices a large conch shell lying delicately upon the sandy beach.
Also, if you leave him here and try to progress with the story, you can't come back later.
Bends over and picks up the beautifully colored shell.
Because if you try to come back to this island later, the harpies will immediately snatch you up as soon as you land and kill you. Which means if you accidentally were to miss the fish hook or the conch shell, I guess you're kind of doomed.
Graham can almost hear the ocean inside the spiral shell of the conch.
I think the game does let you come back for the conch for a puzzle immediately afterwards, but like after you solve the puzzle with the conch, if you try to come back, then it'll kill you. So it's a little merciful. Like if you missed a fish hook, the game's like, ah, yeah, sucks to be you. Okay. I just go straight west from here. I believe. So hopefully we can get this old dude to help us. Of course, he had trouble healing us.
Please help me. I need your help.
I can't hear you. Can't understand a thing you said. Gotta speak up, boy. Now get out of here.
You can't understand us, so what we need to do is give him the conch.
What's this? Now, what were you wanting?
My owl friend is hurt. He was wounded by the harpies.
Wounded by the harpies, did you say? We'll bring him on into the house. I'll fix him right up. Good as new. Lay him on the bed there. These poultices should fix the little feller up good as new.
Better already. Tell me, what was in those poultices? My employer would be very interested in them.
Hey, what was that?
I said, what was in those poultices? My employer would be interested in them.
Gifts from the sea, lad. Gifts from the sea. Ain't nothing special. You just gotta know how to use them. I don't think he'd find them particularly interesting. Now, son, what was it you were trying to tell me before?
I was trying to find out where the wizard Mordak's island is. He kidnapped my family and is holding them hostage there. I must get to them before it's too late.
Oh, I'm right sorry to hear about that. He's a nasty one, that Mordak. I wouldn't want to tangle with him. I tried to talk you out of going there, except I can see you can't leave your poor defenseless family unaided. I can enlist someone who can lead you straight to his island. Follow me outside.
Alright. That's nice. So he has someone to guide us. It's a mermaid.
Hello? This man needs your help. He needs you to lead him to Mordek's Island. It's a real emergency. Mordek's holding his family hostage. Pearl can't speak human talk, but she's agreed to help you. Just get on into your boat and follow her.
Cedric and I want to thank you for all your help, Mr.
Don't worry about who I am. You just get on over to that there island and take care of your family.
Aye, aye, sir. We're off. Come on, Cedric.
So I think you automatically go there with her. He's just a hermit, I guess. Oh, looks very inviting.
Oh no! Watch out for the rocks, Graham!
Brace yourself, Cedric!
Ouch.
Help me, I'm caught! Oh, help!
Are you all right, Cedric?
Well, let me see. Oh, I'm fine, Graham. Just a bit ruffled is all.
We get the fish. This fish is interesting because it's actually one of the very few optional items in the game.
Dead fish. Oh, maybe I can use it.
This is the second fish you have picked, dead fish, rotting fish you have picked up, Graham.
Phew. This smelly old fish is disgusting.
Alright, let's get cracking. First, let's see what's out here. Maybe we can swim back a bit? Never know.
Oh, I think I'll stay here until you come back.
Say hello to Davy Jones, Graham.
So yeah, just in case you were under any delusions of the game actually allowing you to go back to areas, no. Also, here's a really funny death.
No, Graham, don't!
He falls like 3 feet. How does that kill him? Alright. Let's get moving. Did I play this game when it came out in 1990? I didn't, actually.
Oh, I don't like this place. It's creepy.
I know, it's just like, one day, I was kind of browsing the web and, I discovered point-and-click adventure games, and I thought they were, I don't know, I found an interesting fascination with them. I just kind of like, this kind of things, collecting items and, like, using them to solve puzzles, and all the crazy different ways you can die in them. I always thought that was very fascinating, really. So I like to play them every now and again. And, King's Quest is being, like, kind of a big name in the genre, so...
Two monstrous statues of grotesque, distorted serpents face each other across the narrow trail leading to Mordek's castle.
Alright, well, so if we keep moving forward... we just get electrocuted and die.
It looks like the eyes have it.
At least it was a quick electrocution. Okay. This puzzle solution is a little obscure. So what you need to do is use the crystal. So if you didn't get this in the mountain, you're stuck here. Okay, dead. So deal with that. And this doesn't, this is kind of, it looks a little off here. This is a pit right here.
Well, it looks like there's no way in. Let's turn back.
Come on, Cedric.
Even Graham's getting sick of him at this point. That's funny. Yeah, this is a pit right here. It doesn't look like one, but it is.
See? Get in. Let's go back now.
No, I'll figure this out.
Graham tugs hard on the grate, but soon finds it's rusted in place and can't be budged.
So yeah, also make sure you didn't miss the iron bar from the beach. Interestingly, I think if you come to this island without the iron bar, there's a unique death scene. Well, not really that unique. It's just like, there's a creature, basically there's a creature in Mordak's castle that you'll have to deal with eventually. But if you came here without the iron bar, then you'll just see him early and it'll kill you. I think that's how it works. Anyway. Pry it open. Go inside. I said go inside. Just gotta... There we go.
You're crazy to go down into that dark hole. You don't know what's down there.
Well, do you have any better ideas?
No, mind if I wait for you here?
No, that's a good idea, Cedric. You be the lookout out here.
Yes. I'll be the lookout. Be careful, Graham.
If you don't have it here, can you go back and fetch it? No, you can't, because once you get to Mordak's castle, your boat breaks, and if you try to swim back, the Kraken kills you. So, you need to make sure to remember to get the iron bar. Oh my god, this maze. Hoo boy. This is an... Okay, I need to... It's a little confusing because this is it's kind of being seen from Graham's perspective, right? So sometimes it can be a little confusing.
Graham looks around in terrified confusion as he finds himself in a labyrinth somewhere underneath Mordak's castle.
Okay, if you actually, if you can use the eye icon, if you use the eye icon on the like part of the screen, you get a little like very helpful compass here. It can help to guide you. Okay. Have I played Quest for Glory? I have not, actually. I've definitely heard of them, though. Now we go down. Left. Up. Left. They do seem pretty interesting, though, from what I've seen of them. Right again. Left up. Right. Yeah. I figured they're made by the same people, I know that. Sierra. I think I've seen a couple of playthroughs of Quest for Glory before, and they seem pretty fun. Okay, left again. Oh boy. There we go. Dink!
A huge beast, sporting a fluffy topknot, bound in a crude hairpin on top of his head, skulks in one dark corner of the labyrinth.
Hi, buddy. How's it going? Oh, he wants to play.
Shouldn't play around with Dink, Graham.
He plays a little rough. Well, let's try to find a different way of playing with him. Let's use the tambourine. Its name is Dink. D-I-N-K, I think you would say it. And he runs off. He drops his tiny little hairpin.
Graham sees the beast's hairpin lying on the stone floor of the labyrinth. Graham reaches down and grabs the hairpin off the labyrinth floor.
Okay. Let's save here so in case I get lost. This is gonna be pretty... Okay. Now down. To the right. Up. Up again. And we keep going right. And there you go, we got a door. Yeah, this place can be very... It's a maze. I think it's like 8 by 8 maze, so it's like, 64 rooms about-ish.
The hairpin is made of a carved
so it can be very confusing.
With a sharp metal clip attached to it.
But if you just map it up, but that's how it was in these older games. You gotta map them out.
Graham inserts the hairpin into the door's large keyhole and discovers, to his amazement, that it fits perfectly. Turning it ever so gently, he soon hears a soft click, and the door is unlocked.
Here we go. Out of the maze. And into the kitchen.
Cupboard in the corner of the pantry catches Graham's interest.
Look inside, and
inside the cupboard, Graham's eyes fall upon a bag of dried peas.
Now, interestingly, the dried peas is also an optional item alongside the fish, but you should probably get them anyway.
Reaching into the open cupboard, Graham retrieves the bag of dried peas.
Unless you're like a speedrunner or something, then you probably shouldn't. But like most players will probably want it because it's very helpful.
A lovely young girl with long black hair, olive skin, and flashing green eyes laboriously scrubs the cold stone floor. Though wearing rags, her beauty nevertheless shines through.
Let's talk to her.
Don't come near me! Leave me alone!
I would never hurt you. I'd like to help you.
I don't believe you! You're probably one of them!
I'm not. Believe me.
Just go away! Please! I don't want to talk to you anymore!
Oh, how are we going to get her to trust us? Through the power of jewelry, of course!
It is a lovely golden locket on a delicate chain. The bag is full of round, dried peas.
Yes, so you gotta make sure you got the locket in the little pixel hunt in the Rock's Nest. Otherwise, you won't be able to get her help. And that'll screw you over later. So, yeah.
Warning, this cartoon contains material that may be necessary for information or clues.
Warning, this cutscene might be getting a little steamy. Okay, sorry. Watch it.
did you find my gold locket? I thought it was gone for good. I lost it on the island just after I was brought here by Mordak.
You wouldn't believe me even if I told you. But tell me, who are you, and how did you come to be here?
Graham does not think anybody is going to believe his rock story.
The Green Isles. My father, the king, employed a horrible wazir who befriended Mordak. When Mordak saw me, he immediately wished to marry me and bring me here. Naturally, I refused, and my father agreed with me. But our refusal angered him so much that he sold me here anyway and put me to work as a scullery girl. He says he will never let me go, that a scullery girl I will remain until I agree to marry him. But the thought revolts me. What am I to do?
Don't worry, I'm here to save my family from the evil wizard. He's got them here someplace, imprisoned inside a glass bottle. If I can manage to rescue them, then of course I wouldn't forget you either.
I know the glass bottle you're talking about. It's in Mordak's laboratory upstairs.
Keep quiet about my presence. I think this will be the most difficult part of my journey. I may not survive it.
I would never give you away, and I will help you in any way I can, kind sir.
Okay. So now at least we have an ally on our side. One that's probably going to be more useful than Cedric. I don't know about memes, but I think a lot of people do find them funny. Okay. And what is an evil wizard's castle without a giant organ? Well, naturally, the smartest decision when infiltrating an enemy base is to, of course, make as much noise as possible.
Graham watches in horrified fascination as the grotesque organ begins to magically play an eerie tune, all by itself.
Who makes an organ to magically play your own theme song? Yeesh. Guy might be a little full of himself, huh? Well, good thing he's not here to hear me say that about him. It is a nice tune, though.
Goodbye, King Graham of Daventry.
And he just force chokes us. Dude thinks he's Darth Vader or something.
Poor Graham. Mordak shows no mercy.
So let's not play the organ. Instead, what we want to do... This part of the game is interesting. Basically, what we want to happen are there are certain events that can happen in Mordak's castle. And it's all based on RNG. There's a chance an event happens, and if that chance does happen, another RNG gets rolled that determines how long it takes for that event to happen. It can be somewhere like 7 to 15 seconds or something. I don't know the exact number, but like it's not going to take like 2 minutes or anything, or much longer than that. So it looks like it didn't happen. There is an event that we want to happen here. So it looks like it's not happening. Best course of action is just go back and then re-enter. There we go. Oh, some blue alien thing just came in and kidnapped Graham. which needs to happen, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna explain this real quick. Basically, there are two events. The first one is that blue alien thing comes and kidnaps you and throws you into jail. The second event is Mananan the cat comes and sees you, and then he goes to alert Mordak, and then Mordak will come and kill you. Now, here's the thing. What makes it kind of annoying is that basically the reason why the peas and the fish are optional items is because you need these items to deal with the blue alien and Mananan. But there's a chance that you never actually run into the blue alien or Mananan aside from the one time you're required to. So you could just go the whole game without ever actually using these two items, which is interesting. But something that's really annoying is that in order to deal with Mananan, you need to deal with the blue alien first. But if you're unlucky with RNG, you can run into Mananan before you run into the blue alien, which is annoying because you just have to reset them because there's nothing you can do. You need to deal with the alien before you can deal with Mananan. Anyway. It's just a lot of annoying RNG stuff in this castle.
Graham can see a small, moldy piece of cheese just inside the mouse hole.
By the way, this sucks. This is so rude. There's this tiny little crack here that you need to go
Graham
get.
finds that his hand is too large to reach very far into the small mouse hole.
And you can't even reach it with your hand. You need the fish hook. If you didn't get the fish hook from the Harpy Island, you're doomed. You need this cheese. I think I gotta look inside.
Graham can see a small, moldy piece of cheese just inside the mouse hole. There, got it. The fish hook did the trick in retrieving the piece of cheese from the mouse hole.
So how to get out of here? Well...
Hello.
What? Oh, Princess Cosima, where did you come from?
From the labyrinth. I spend a lot of time down here, you know, with my friends.
Friends?
Yes, like Zink and Sam. I don't know if you ever saw Sam or not. Anyway, I found this loose stone once that led here, to this cell. Now come on, you better get out of here.
Okay, so you're required to actually get captured by the blue alien once, because you need the cheese to beat the game. The thing is, Cosima will only be able to help you bust out of jail once. So if you get captured a second time by the blue alien, then it's game over. So you need to get captured at least once, find the cheese, grab it with the fish hook that you hopefully got, and then escape with Cosima, assuming you actually gave her the locket. Because if you don't give Cosima the locket, she won't help you and you'll die the first time you get captured. Yes, the game is in fact very brutal in the finale. There are so many ways things can go wrong. Thankfully, she is kind enough to just lead us out herself, so we don't have to do this stupid maze a second time. I say that, but I got lost. Sometimes a little hard to tell what direction she's actually going. Graham, go. Oh my god. It can be a little annoying because she goes very fast, and if you go in the wrong direction, it's just, you get lost pretty easily. Sometimes you can actually go north and instead of going left or right, so it can be a little disorienting. But you know, it's still probably better than trying to navigate it yourself. So technically, we don't need to encounter that stupid alien thing again. But if you want full points, you kind of have to. So, best course of action is just wait until he tries to kidnap us again. Also, I want to show off the death that happens if you get captured and no one's there to save you. There we go. Okay, he throws us in jail again. Now. If you look at this block...
It looks like someone recently replaced and mortared the loose stone.
Look at that.
The stone can't be budged anymore.
So rude. They even let you know, yeah, you're not doing that again. So what do? If you get captured a second time? Well, you just wander around a bit. Until... takes a bit. Yep, there we go.
After observing no discernible escape route from the small cell, Graham sinks to the floor in despair, knowing he will never see the light of day again. Too bad. So close, yet so far away.
Poor Graham. It's not... Poor Graham. Now then. Oh, that was fast. He's coming fast this time. Oh, boy. Well, thankfully, developers seem to have taken some cues from Scooby-Doo because... Yeah.
A large beast lies stunned on the floor.
It's like the Yeti 2.0. You deal with them in the stupidest way imaginable, with a bag of peas. And now, as you'll notice...
Graham carries a large empty bag once occupied by dried peas.
Now that we've dealt with that alien...
This appears to be the huge dining hall of the castle. Graham wonders who eats here besides Mordak.
I don't know, maybe he likes dining with that purple alien thing. Also Cosima. And his cat. It's a bastard. Should be here somewhere close, I think. What the hell? Oh my god, you can show up multiple times. I forgot. That's so dumb. You can't deal with them the second time. Oh my god, I forgot he can show up multiple times. Dude, that sucks. Oh.
Goodbye, King Graham of Daventry.
Oh. This, I forgot. I'll explain that a bit later after we deal with the stupid cat. There he is, okay. So obviously if that blue alien tries to ambush you again, you can't really do anything after you deal with him the first time, so it kind of sucks. By the way, he's a cat.
The black cat eyes Graham suspiciously.
Yeah, if he lets catch you, he'll just alert Mananan and they will kill you. So don't do that. Instead, what you do is you use the fish on him to distract him, and then you capture him with a bag of peas. I wonder if the other sack works. Yeah. Might be too small, actually.
The cat struggles in vain inside the bag.
Okay,
Graham
so there you go. Okay, next, probably the dumbest part of the game. Yeah, I know that might be hard to believe considering how much other silly things we've seen, but okay. So you know how just a few minutes ago I stepped into this room and then I immediately died, right? Well, so here's the thing. You need to get into that room. But you're probably wondering, oh, but Mananan was in that room, so how do you get in? Well, that's the thing. You remember when I said there are lots of RNG elements into the castle? And some of those RNG elements include what room Mananan is in. Not Mananan, Mordak is in. So basically, you need to enter Mordak's bedroom, which is this room over here. And when you enter here, there is a 10% chance that Mordak will be in there and that he will kill you. And there is absolutely nothing you can do about that. You just flat out have a 10% chance to die, and there is nothing you can do about it. It is incredibly stupid. It's not 10% isn't that likely. I just triggered it once, but the fact that whether you win or lose is decided entirely by probability is just a little much. Okay, this time we got lucky. So once you go in here, you immediately want to head down and hide over here.
Many books and scrolls line the shelves of Mordak's library. As Graham looks them over, however, he finds them mostly unintelligible.
Now, once you go into the library, you'll want to...
Many books and scrolls line the shelf.
Look over.
Since most of Mordak's books and scrolls are beyond Graham's comprehension, he wisely decides to ignore them. Since most of Mordak... A large tome lying open upon a corner desk attracts Graham's curiosity.
So what you want to do is we want to look at these spells over here.
A large... This looks interesting. Graham wonders what the symbols mean.
So after you look at those spells, you want to just hide at the side. And just wait. Just sit here and wait. It can take a while. Maybe like upwards towards 5 minutes. But we want to make sure the coast is clear. So we're just going to sit here, and we're going to wait. So, how's everyone's day been today? Fun? I hope so. I had a nice time today. Just relaxed, mostly. Nothing really too important. But that's fine. Sometimes you just need to have days where you can relax. It's good for the mind, good for the soul. As long as it's not every day, of course. Now, then, those magic spells that we saw in that book will come in handy momentarily. So I did say before that there was a 10% chance that Mordak could be in the bedroom, and luckily this second time we hit the 90% chance that he isn't, but he will eventually come in anyway and go to bed. Taking this whole, I guess, things real casually, eh? And, you know, when he goes to bed, he leaves his wand on the table.
Mordak's wand lies temptingly upon the small table near his bed.
So take it. It's a lot less effective without his wand. Okay. Now, instead of waiting, we gotta be fast. We gotta move. Now that we have the wand, we gotta move as fast as we can to do the next couple of puzzles, because if we don't, Mordak will show up, realize his wand is gone, and he will immediately teleport around and kill us. I should have... Hold on. 1 second. Yeah, we're schmoving. We're schmoving. I think they're pretty lenient with the time, as long as you know what you're doing, of course. And that was always
Tears
easy.
come to Graham's eyes as he sees his beloved family and castle held captive inside a large glass bottle. Looking at his frantically waving family inside their glass prison causes Graham's heart to break as he realizes his current inability to save them from their terrible predicament.
There we go. Can't do anything now. We gotta move. So go over here. And we find this strange machine.
Graham has no idea what Mordak does with this strange contraption, but it couldn't be good. Inside the lower portion, a foul-smelling liquid bubbles, while two dangling spiked gizmos hang on a massive yoke above a couple of flat iron platters.
So, what you need to do here is you need to transfer power from Mordak's wand to Crispin's wand.
Mordak's wand glows brightly with restrained power.
I don't know why they can't just use his wand. Then again, maybe that's the point. We're trying to trick him. Anyway, put Mordak's wand over here. I don't know if it matters what side you put them on, but I'll just put this one over here. So what do you do now? Well, it is another one of those really dumb puzzles. What you need to do...
Green mold covers the small piece of cheese.
...is use this stupid cheese. Just throwing the cheese into the vat
cheese into the machine's bubbling liquid
will, for some reason, activate it. Just don't ask. Who would have thought that a slice of cheese would be our key to victory, right?
Mordak's wand now barely glows. Perhaps its power has weakened while Crispin's old wand now appears completely energized.
Now then, take Crispin's wand. Oh boy.
What's going on here? I'll take care of you, you swine.
Mordak will attempt to kill you here. He'll take his own wand with him.
What?
Dead.
What have you done to my wand?
If
think you can outwit me, little man? Ha! Let me show you a thing or two.
If you left Crispin at the Harpy's Isle, Graham will die here instead of Cedric accidentally taking the bullet for Graham. So, yeah. Here we are, the final battle. This little dragonfly thing. So yeah, if you don't use it, you just get devoured by the giant dragonfly thing. So don't do that. Instead, what we're going to do is use the power of our magic wand. And we see it's the same symbols as in that book. Now, it's mongoose, rabbit, tiger, and rain. Now, what beats a gigantic dragon-stinging dragonfly thing? Well, a tiger, of course.
Why, you little...
And now, Mordak transforms into a mighty dragon. Now, if we stay in our tiger form...
That wasn't a very smart move, Graham.
He'll just burn us to cinders. So, what could possibly beat an evil gigantic dragon? Why, of course, it's none other than... a bunny rabbit. Makes perfect sense.
You think you're so smart, don't you? Well, I've got you now.
Now, instead of a dragon, he'll turn into... a snake! Is it a poisonous snake?
Say goodbye, swine.
Seems like a bit of a downgrade if you ask me, but if you let him, he will, of course, kill you all the same.
That wasn't a very smart move, Graham.
So what beats the snake? Well, of course, it's the one thing that actually makes sense. The mongoose. Of course, it might be a little hard to tell if this is a mongoose, but you know...
So, this is the way you want to play.
And Mordak transforms himself into a ring of fire. Just stand there and do nothing. It will also burn the cinders.
That wasn't a very smart...
So instead, we transform into a rain cloud. And kill the villain by just putting him out while he's transforming to fire. Gotta say, very innovative way to kill off a villain. I like it. And with that, we have...
This cartoon contains material that may be necessary for information or clues to complete this game. Please be sure to check your inventory if you decide
Do you
to
want to see the ending? Warning! The ending might contain spoilers for the ending. Are you sure you want to watch it? Yeah, I guess. Alternatively, I could just skip it and, you know, pretend that Cedric actually did die in the end. But I suppose I'm obliged to show off all the cutscenes, huh?
Princess Cosima. Well, I did it. Mordak is dead.
Dead? Are you sure? Maybe he's only trying to trick you.
He's dead, all right. He turned himself into a fire, and I put him out with rainwater. He'll never bother anyone else ever again.
All right.
But now I have a bigger problem. I don't know what to do about my family or my castle. I don't know how to turn them back to normal.
After all you've been through, there must be a way.
Don't worry, Crispin's here.
Crispin!
I have the solution to all your problems, Graham. While you and Cedric were gone, I did some asking around, and I found out that your son, Alexander, had the dubious distinction, if you may, of turning Mordak's brother, Manannan, into a cat some time back. Obviously, this deed angered Mordak, who could do nothing about it, since this particular spell could only be undone by the actual perpetrator, your son. It doesn't take a great genius to figure out that Mordak took your family and castle in revenge to try to persuade Alexander to restore Manannan back to his old self. I did discover, as now I see, that your castle and family were miniaturized and imprisoned inside a glass bottle. I did some research and found the spell for turning everything back to normal. Now watch. Hocus Pocus Aliotus.
Thankfully, Crispin is here to just solve every single one of our problems. Took him
my children, my
show up,
joy
I
knows
guess.
no limit.
Oh, Father, I'm so glad you're here.
Hooray! What a happy ending.
Oh, Princess Cosima, how could I forget you? Come over here. Let me introduce you to my family. This is my wife, Queen Valanice, my daughter, Princess Rosella, and my son, Prince Alexander, who started this whole mess. All of you, this is
I mean, it's
Princess
not his
Cosima
fault.
From the land of the Green Isles. Without her, none of us would be standing here now. She bravely saved my life.
My lady, I am deeply in your debt, and I will make it up to you. With your permission, I'd like to travel to the land of the Green Isles to see you.
All right, now that we've done with all the formalities, let's get on with business, shall we? Higgledy! Higgledy! Pooh!
There's our castle.
Be assured that your castle is right back where it belongs, and the right size too. But now it's time that everyone return to their homes, with my help, of course. Alakazam, Alakazoo, Alakaz.
Wait, what about Cedric?
Where is Cedric?
Over there. Mordak
Graham,
may have killed
did you really have to remind him? We could have
Anything
just
you can do about it?
we just could have left him there.
Let me think. Ah, yes. I think I know. Abracabara? No, Abracadora?
Crispin's like, this is your last chance to back
Now,
out.
what is
We
that
can just leave him
confounded
here.
word? Oh, yes! Abracadabra!
Oh, Crispin!
Cedric, it sure is good to see you again.
Oh, likewise, I'm sure.
All right, enough is enough. Let's get on with it. Okay, Cosima, let's send you home first. Wasn't that the land of the Green Isles?
Yes, that's right. I can't wait to see my parents again.
So if you're wondering how
Alexander.
King's Quest 6
Perhaps we'll meet
connects to
again.
this, there you go.
You can be
This is where they
sure
first
of
bring
that,
in
Liz.
Casima, and then we actually get to explore the land of the Green Isles in the 6th game.
Before you send us all home, Crispin, I just want to thank you for all your help. And you too, Cedric. I wouldn't be standing here with my family without you two. I'm deeply, deeply grateful.
All in a day's work, my boy. All in a day's work, right, Cedric?
Right, Crispin?
Okay, back home you go. Alakazam. Alakazoo. Alakazee.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't comment on some of the other nonsense I was talking about. Having to do with Mordak's castle.
Well, there she is. Our
Especially
happy
with how
soul.
you get into his
And we're all
room.
safe and sound
It's so
once
dumb.
more. Let's go home, shall we?
Yes, let's.
So I like to call this game really dumb a lot of times, because it kind of is, but I still like it. It's a charming game, of course. And hey, look at that, 260 out of 260. But yeah, I do like this game. I always do, just have a little bit of fascination and, everything, but overall I do like this game, but I acknowledge it is absolutely stupid if you're playing it without walkthrough. Like, especially when you get to Mordak's castle and the game just stops pretending to be fair at all. Like, it wasn't pretending very hard before, but yeah, it was fun. Like, yeah, you know, the fact that you need to go into Mordak's bedroom, and like, whenever you go in there, there's just like a 10% chance you die, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just like, why? Why did they do that? Why would they program it like that? But, you know, as overall, it is still a fun, enjoyable game. But, yeah. Just make sure this, if you really are committed to, not using a guide, you definitely want to save a lot. And, you know, maybe consider it your guide. If, you ever get stuck. Oh yeah, you can see some of the members of the development team were, like, voice acting some of the characters in this game, which would explain a lot. It was their first attempt putting a voice acting in, I don't know about other games, but definitely the first time in King's Quest. But yeah, for 1990, this game was kind of insane. I mean, like, for 1990 standards, this game does look absolutely gorgeous. And, you know, Graham going through all these locations, even if it is, lead to a lot of points of no returns, does just definitely give the impression of a great big journey. Like, Graham, honestly, his VA is probably one of the best ones. His VA's voice actor's perfectly fine. And, like, the narrator's fine, too. I mean, like, it's a narrator voice. Narrator voices are kind of hard to, you know, do badly, but, you know, it's still fine. So it's good at least that two of the voices that you're probably going to be hearing the most are at least good, tolerable. So I'm glad they at least didn't skimp out on the main characters' voice actors. They made sure, yeah, okay, we want to make sure he at least sounds good. And the Cedric, on the other hand, I mean, you know, well, Cedric is Cedric, right? It's funny because, like, in every other game after this where Cedric gets mentioned or referenced, they always make fun of him because, like, after this game release, they immediately realized, oh, everyone who's playing this game hates Cedric. So they just make fun of him a lot in other future games and material and stuff that reference him. It's funny because it's like, even by the end of the game, even Graham's getting kind of annoyed with him, how he just like spends half the game being like, I don't want to go in there. Graham, maybe we should turn back. Or something like that. I think these credits just repeat endlessly, actually. But yeah, that was a fun time. Probably actually gonna stream tomorrow too, actually. On a new journey, probably something a bit larger, since, you know, just wanted a nice palate cleanser between bigger projects, streaming projects. But yeah, these credits just repeat endlessly, so I'm going to say thank you everyone who decided to come out and watch today. And I hope I'll see you next time, tomorrow, on the same time, for what we have planned next.